Hey y'all, happy Wellness Wednesday. I'm so excited. We have two great things. Here we are in the middle of our 8-day Jumpstart Fat Burn Reboot. And this morning we are going to hear from Teresa O'Quinn. I am going to watch for her to come in. Y'all let me know for sure. Are you watching live or Memorex? And once she gets in, we're going to share with you how she's used this system, eating real food to lose over 100 pounds, over 105, maybe 109. Don't get me lying, but she's done absolutely great, and I don't want to steal her thunder by telling her story. So let me see if I can happen to see her. Yes, I do. There, I found her. Let's see if this will let her pop in. I sent you an invite. It should be asking. It looks like it's adding you. Oh, yay! Hey, girl. I am so excited to be chatting with you this morning.
I'm excited too. A little bit nervous, but excited more.
Now, hey, girl, you know the answers. You're the one that's dropped over 100 pounds on our system. You know all the things. I'm the one that should know what I'm doing. So thank you, first of all. Here we are. We're in the early days of an 8-day fat burn reboot, jumpstart, whatever. And so I thought this is a great time to actually interview you. First of all, I just adore you. I think you're so precious. You're so kind. You're always so encouraging, all those kind of things, Teresa. But you've made a major change in your life with this system. I mean, like a major change. So take us back, because not everybody knows. First of all, like, are you from Texas? Like, tell them a little bit about you, and then take us back to before. How did you feel? Like, kind of what was your weight scenario? And that way, I mean, I kind of know, but I want to be sure we really understand, where was Teresa before she found this?
Okay. Awesome. I'll be happy to do that. I born and raised in Texas, been here my whole life. I have two kids that I birthed that are 30 and 22, one grandson that's 9, and then I have two kids that I adopted. They were actually, at one point, my grandkids, my ex-husband's stepdaughter's kids.
Okay.
But I've had them since they were 3 and 4 months old. And they are all of my kids, but especially them, are part of my story and how I got started in this. My ex-husband passed away in 2015. He was only 49 years old. Cardiac arrest. He had heart issues, overweight, diabetes, all that stuff. And so I made a promise at that time to my kids, and they were grandkids, all my kids. And then my grandson was born a month after he passed away, my ex-husband, that I was not going to let them lose another parent or grandparent. I was going to do what I needed to do to make sure that didn't happen. And so as a result of that, I had gastric bypass in 2016. Before the surgery, I'll tell you a little bit. I couldn't even walk from the parking lot of a grocery store to get into the grocery store, much less walk around the grocery store without being in pain, sweating, hot, tired, my back hurting, my legs hurting, all the things. Everyday normal things. Like right now I'm sitting on my bed, like Indian style. I couldn't have done that before.
Wow.
It's not a big deal. It's a big deal to me. I mean, it's not a big deal for most people, but little things like that. I couldn't cook dinner, wash dishes, nothing in the kitchen without sitting in a chair, which the chair is still in there to remind me. I don't use it. I actually am more comfortable standing up, doing dishes and cooking, but it's in there to remind me. So just little things like that. But anyway, back to my story. I had the gastric bypass, lost about 150 pounds, was feeling good, but it's not a fun way to lose weight. I mean, you're altering your body. Long story short, I gained about 85 of that back. Then at a time that was not convenient for me financially, I had just lost my job of 20 years due to COVID, gotten laid off. Didn't know what I was going to do. I'd been there since I was, I had been there 30 years. Couple of friends of mine that I knew personally told me about Xyngular, and I was like, okay, yeah, fine, but I don't really have the money for this. Well, they told me about the 45-day money back guarantee. I thought, okay, fine, I'm going to do it. I'm going to send everything back because I don't have the money for this, but I'm going to try it. It's not going to work. I've tried everything. I even tried gastric bypass, it's not going to work. So got the product, joined as a partner at that time because there was a promo, and I was like, okay, fine, I'm still just not going to do this. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Okay. Lost 60 pounds pretty easily and pretty quickly. Actually, I lost 19 pounds and 25 or so inches in my first 8 days.
Wonderful.
So of course that sold me. So I was like, okay, yeah. And I was feeling great. And my joint pain, that's the one thing for me. I love the weight loss products, but Global Blend is my favorite. I haven't had joint pain since I took it, since I started taking
Even
it.
before you dropped a lot of weight, you could tell a difference with that product. You're muted. Down on the bottom of your screen, there's a little microphone looking. I can't unmute you on this. There's a little microphone down at the bottom of your screen. It's got you muted. Like I see it at the bottom of mine, bringing it on. Why don't you exit out and come back in? If you can't find that, because I can't hear you. Let's do that. Okay. Okay. You see the little microphone? Mine is to the left of the camera flip around that you just hit. Yeah, I gotta love technology, Stacy. I always say if I can do this, anybody can do this. Trust me. Okay, let's let her come back in. That's too good of a story for us not to be able to get. Let me get her back in. Hang on a second. Let's get her added back in.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, my dad was calling me and I guess it messed something up.
Yes. If the phone rings, it's going to mute you and you have to unmute yourself.
Well, I hit the unmute, but it just still
It
wasn't
wouldn't
working.
do it. Okay. Well, so what I was saying right before that happened was Global Blend, you said your favorite product because you stopped having the joint pain, but you felt that like immediately. It wasn't after you lost 60, 70, 80, 100 pounds. And I think that's really important because even people that don't have a lot of weight to lose, they think that aches and pains that they have in their body is because it's from weight. No, thin people have things like that too, people that don't. So I love that you love Global Blend. It is one of my top 4 products as well. So love that.
I was trying to say is, I've lost weight in the past, and when I lost weight, okay, yeah, my joints felt a little bit better, but then when I gained it back, they would hurt a little bit more. That didn't happen even when I gained some back because life happened to me. After I lost the 60 pounds, a little while after that, I had to have surgery, so I couldn't do anything. I couldn't walk on my foot for like 9 weeks. Well, that I still took my products pretty regular, not all the time, but I got depressed because I couldn't get up and do anything. Life does. That's what another thing I like about this program. It was easy for me to pick right back up and then get started again. And when I got started again, I've now lost 110 pounds in 11 months, almost 12 months. But the weight is great, but the main thing for me is the thing that really did it for me, not only the way I feel. I went to the doctor. I think it was back in May or June. I think it was May. And, she was asking me, what I was doing. I told her about it. And she said, oh, keep doing it. It looks like it's great. Everything, and she said, what do you want to lose? What's your goal? And I said, I don't have a weight goal. I just want to be healthy.
Yeah.
And she said to me, and this has never happened in my entire life. She said to me, from a medical standpoint, you are healthy. You could quit now. I'm not going to quit now. I still have weight to lose.
Sure.
But the fact that she told me that, I'm getting chill bumps right now.
Yeah.
The fact that she told me,
so your blood work was good. You weren't pre-diabetic. You weren't diabetic. Your cholesterol, like all that stuff was great. So that is awesome. But you want to keep on going because you want to get the rest of that visceral fat out of those organs and stuff. So you're a smart cookie. And so where are you at right now? What's your next goal? Oh, and also you grabbed your link. And I know like Terry is like grateful. She posted something yesterday on what was the tipping point? How grateful she is that you shared this. So one, kind of what do you think what's your favorite products other than Global Blend? Best advice you could give somebody during an 8-day jump start. Let's start with those 2 things.
Okay. Other than Global Blend, I think my very favorite is, it's a tie, Trim Sticks and GLPX.
Okay. Wow.
I lost a lot of my trim sticks. Just gives me that little kick in the afternoon, and it gives me something healthy besides water to drink, because you know you get tired of water all the time. I don't like flavored water, but I like trim sticks with my water.
Yeah.
You know. Plus, I like the fact that it kind of controls your sugar cravings. I'm not a big sugar person, but it helps when I get those.
Good.
But GLPX, the reason I like that one is because, you know, I lost most of my weight before GLPX came out with our other products. But when it came out, what it did for me was help me not want to eat as much.
Awesome.
It helped me not do the mindless eating
Good.
as much.
Good.
Because, you know, weight loss, a lot of it is in your mind too. And it helped with that mindless eating. And so that's what I liked. And it helps me, like, there's times where I have to make myself eat. I've never had to do that my entire life, even as, you know, a young adult, because I've always been overweight. So I like the fact that it controls that mindless
Good.
eating.
I love that. You know, at one, I'm talking with Dr. Wallace, and one of the biggest things that people don't understand is, well, first of all, God gave us a hormone we've torn up through pharmaceuticals, yo-yo dieting, packaged food, processed foods, all that kind of stuff. And we were not created. Our, our creator did not create us to be obese and be slaves to food. We weren't created that way. We've done that. And there's all these other things, which is one reason why people gain so much weight back, because it doesn't change the makeup of a person. And so I love that you said that, Teresa, because that is what is starting to make you think and process internally the relationship with food as you were designed to.
Yes.
So that's a long-term benefit. That's a big deal. That's something that you don't do in 2 days. So thank you. I'm so glad. People are underestimating the power of GLPX. It is an everyday, everyone type of product that wants to not, you know, to not be in that confinement of food controls me. So love that. So you
And like
decided to be a partner,
I did.
and you've helped some people. So talk to us just a little bit here in closing about the community, the like extra income, anything like that, just from having a link. Because you know, I've seen you at many events, like we've known each other for a while. So like, what's it like to actually be a partner in this community?
I'm glad you asked me that, because the community is not something I thought I needed. I'm just a little simple girl. I don't go out and do a lot of things by choice, but the Xyngular community has been amazing. Through things that have been rough in my life, I can ask any of you all to pray for me. You'll pray in an instant for me. I love that. I love the fact that when we have conventions and stuff like that, our leadership is not afraid to pray. That's a big thing for me. I love the fact that I can message someone and ask for advice, and whether it be Xyngular advice or personal advice, and I get that. I love the fact that when we have meet up, everybody's hugging, and you know, it's a great community. But the main thing I love the most about this, other than my personal journey, is the fact of how I'm helping people. Um, I would I would do this if I didn't get anything out of it other than this, because like my friend Terry, and she's okay that I share this. I've asked her before. I've known her since high school. She was a band director. She had to retire because of health issues. She used to play the saxophone. She couldn't play her saxophone. She came to conference with me in Oklahoma City in April. She had to use a walker to walk. She was in a lot of pain. Y'all, she did this last weekend. First of all, she can play her saxophone again, which is amazing. This last weekend, she went to a concert. She walked up the steps, no assistive devices, so no walker anymore. That, I'm getting chill bumps again, because those kind of stories is what do it for me. I have been in,
I wasn't expecting that.
no, I knew I was going to probably make you cry, Jana, but you know, kind of
Teresa. That
kind
was
of
a lot
things
to
are
unpack right there.
that's life changing. And you know, I've been there myself, and I don't want people to be where I was at. I don't want people to be where she was at in pain. Life is too short. I mean, it's too short to be in pain.
Wow.
And you know, I will do Xyngular forever as long as I can do it. You know, the income is great. It has actually provided things for my children that we couldn't have done in the past. But I would do it if I didn't get because of that.
Oh my
I mean, the fact
gosh.
that I saw her pain. I had been in that pain. I didn't have to use a walker, but I had been in that pain myself.
Oh my
And the
gosh.
fact that she was walking up those stairs at the Alamo Dome. I don't know if y'all know that in Texas, but it's a big, huge concert venue, and you have to walk up a lot of steps.
Yeah.
And she's just not using no mobility devices at all.
Oh my gosh. Any step is a big step when you're on a walker. Getting into somebody's house with just 2 steps up into a door is a big step. That really kind of caught me off guard, Teresa. I'm just like, but that's why we do this.
Yes.
And so, and I tell people all the time, whether it's a customer having great results or whatever it is, or even a partner that's just afraid to tell people that they're doing it. They kind of have their link, but they don't really want anybody to know. You are a miracle in this woman's life. I know, like she was at conference, she was on a walker.
Yeah.
I met her. I think we have a picture together. She's not doing that now. What if no one had ever shared with her? And that's what I would say as like, we are ordinary people. You said earlier, you said I'm just a simple person, didn't really think we're all just normal, ordinary, simple people. Like there's no influence. Now I have an influencer on my team. She wasn't when she started, she is now. But she's the only one. All the rest of us, we're just moms and dads and sisters and brothers and daughters and wives and all this kind of stuff. But because your story can be the key that unlocks somebody's prison, and it doesn't mean your specific story, it means sharing the story. And if you don't share it, how is somebody going to find it? And I've never felt like pleading so much with like our customer community here. You got to get a link. And if you're loving these products, you could be the catalyst to somebody like Terry finding this, or you could be the person that keeps them from ever finding it because you're the only one anywhere near them that has these products, that has heard this story from Teresa and stuff. So that was mind blowing. And girl, you have earned yourself a Be the Key cup this morning.
Can I tell
I'm
you
going
one?
to go straight to the closet. I'm going to get a Be the Key cup out. I wish I had one sitting here on my desk, but I'm actually drinking this right now. You have way gone beyond your story can be the key that unlocks somebody's prison, and you're getting a cup, girl.
Can I thing real quick?
Yes, you may.
This story, because it's very emotional for me too. I was watching a show I watch all the time on Facebook that it's a consignment show, and I was watching it. My kids know I watch it all the time, and they were having a shirt or something, and they said, okay, this is a 3X, and I said, oh, I can't wear that, that's too big for me. My son, who's 13, said, Mom, what'd you say? And I said, well, I said, I can't get that, that's too big for me, so I'm not going to bid on that. He said, Mom, I've never heard you say something was too big for you.
That's awesome.
Okay, that I got chill bumps again.
Exactly.
That does it for me. And time, how much of a difference it's made in my life.
Exactly.
My 14-year-old says when she turns 18, she's going to sell Xyngular.
So do my grandkids, because they love the people, they love the
from
community. They don't even know all the weight loss stories or anything like that. And I mean, and honestly, they'll be more into health and stuff like that. As like my grandson's an athlete, like he wants people in a part of this community. He wants people to have income, travel, know great people, people to believe in them, be a place that you really can actually have dreams and things like that, versus so much of the world, that's not how that works. And so I love that. And the other thing is, we have only one time said how much weight you lost, only one time. Everything else has truly been people like, you don't understand that X amount of pounds is so much in detriment in a life. Like people that are not living their life versus people that have now been free to live their life. That's a big deal. So thanks for the correlation with that. That's way more important than the number, because everybody's number is different. But somebody that needs to lose 30 pounds may be dealing with the exact same things that you just said, but the number's different. And I can't stress that enough, because thin people sign up people that need to lose 100 pounds every day. You cannot focus so much on the number. And as we're wrapping up, and here we're in this 8-day jumpstart, if you're not doing the pictures, if you're not doing the measurements, if you're not knowing how that one red t-shirt and those black shorts fit, you are going to completely miss the mark. You are also going to, if you don't list things like what Teresa talked about that were like a burden to her, if you don't realize where it is and what you're missing in life, then how are you going to know when you actually find it? So I would also challenge anybody that's here on day 3 of the 8-day jumpstart, maybe your first one and maybe your 5th, maybe you're 8 years in and you just want a little bit of a reboot, but you got to pay attention to those things, because that's what makes day 3, day 4 and day 365 even better. So Teresa, thank you. Amazing.
Thank
I don't know why you were nervous. You made me cry. All right, y'all. We'll let y'all go. Thank you so much, Teresa. I cannot wait to see you in Dallas. Ciao.